Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a new reading today. And this one is called What's Their Karma for Messing with Your Heart? So I do specialize in more of romantic style connections, but you can take this reading for a friend or even a family member, maybe even a coworker, pretty much anybody that was messing with your heart or feelings. But I just want you guys to take what resonates for you at the end of the day and get rid of anything that doesn't. And really this reading, it is for healing and empowerment and ascension purposes for the viewer. But at the end of the day, you guys just want to kind of chalk this up as entertainment. We're not wishing anyone any ill or harm or anything like that. We're just kind of having a little chuckle as to somebody getting a taste of their own medicine. Okay, you guys? So all the decks I'll be using here will be listed down below, as well as this beautiful organite created by my friend Michelle from Bells, Wing and Bell. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the messages. We're going to take a look and see, in the beginning, what was the initial spark and chemistry that you had with this person, okay? Let's take a look at this energy. So this is really cool. We're going to actually be using one of my newest decks. It's called the Witchcraft Chronicles. Just was released today, so it is now available in my online shop, which obviously I'll put that link down below. But let's take a look and see what was your person's initial, or what was the initial chemistry that you had and that spark that you had with this person upon meeting them. All right, let's look at this energy. Oh, there's a card that's up, right? Okay, so we have tradition. Let's just go ahead and take this one because it is flipped up for, I don't know why, but it is. Okay, this is kind of cool because what this is telling me already is that the two of you guys may have had either a similar upbringing or there was something that you guys had in common with the traditional witch, okay? But we also have the Meadow Witch, which is dweller of nature's bounty, embracing the green embrace. So this right here is, it could be that the two of you guys are both, kind of into natural things, right? Natural homeopathic types of medicines, herbs, things like that. Maybe just eating organic foods, healthy lifestyle, something like that. So it could be, or you could just really enjoy being outdoors and in nature, maybe hiking, camping, etc. So that could be something that really initially just was drawing the two of you guys together, is that you had some similar taste in who you were, the way that you grew up, your belief systems, things like that. All right, let's go ahead and get another. Okay, so we have the Intention Witch. So it says something about fate. So do you want to confirm that you guys were fated to meet this person and you guys both felt this upon meeting each other? So the Intention Witch is somebody who basically puts, it's like the law of attraction. You put a thought out there or a wish out there and you intend to draw it to you. So that's where the Intention Witch is coming with this information, saying that you intended to meet someone like this and vice versa. So it is fate that did bring the two of you guys together. Your paths crossed for a reason. And I feel like with the traditional witch, it was to maybe even create some sort of a shift in your belief system. So you guys may not have initially thought the exact same way, but it might be that somebody's set of belief systems and just, their morals and who they are, you or the other person could have really looked up to each other and thought, wow, you know what, that's really unique. That's very cool. I love the way that you live your life. So it could have been that there was some admiration here in the beginning of this connection. All right, let's see what else. We have the Practicing Witch, okay? So I kind of like this because this is someone who's basically dedicated to learning, okay? So I feel like it was a part of your contract with this individual to learn something from them and vice versa. You were supposed to learn something from them too, okay? I don't know if I repeated that, but yeah, this is kind of maybe a practice person. Like I'm going to practice my tools on speaking my truth or holding healthy boundaries. Whether that happened or not, it doesn't matter. This was an opportunity for you to practice some sort of tool to sharpen the tools that were in your, your toolbox, basically. Let's see what else. Let's get one more. Oh, we have protection, shielding energy from harm. Okay, that's immediately what popped up, you guys, when I thought about this tool. It's drawing a boundary. So I do feel like this person, when you met them, it may have been, that spark and chemistry and all that, but it feels like something started to happen, which which draws you to this reading. They messed with your heart. So it's obvious here. Maybe the red flags and the signs were here from the very beginning that maybe you should have protected yourself from this person. Maybe they said certain things, or maybe you saw certain things that you chose not to lean into. You chose to kind of close your eyes to it, keep those rose-colored glasses on for this person. But I am seeing here that the tool of protection, as in drawing a boundary with this person, was one of the tools that you were supposed to sharpen basically in this particular contract, this karmic situation here. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know here about your initial spark and chemistry. So we have my Mystical Encounters Oracle deck. So let's see what else. What else initially was the spark and chemistry with this person? We have the Goblin. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. This was like a goblin in disguise is what I'm getting here. This person really did a good job of masking their true nature, okay? And it doesn't mean that this person has to be like a narcissist or somebody who was just totally evil. It may have been that at the particular time that you were dealing with them, maybe they were just in their shadow side. Maybe they had a lot of unhealed wounds and traumas that they hadn't worked out yet. So they naturally, and unfortunately ended up hurting you in the process. But I do feel like this individual was kind of like a goblin in disguise. They were they tricked you and they masked the side of themselves. So you kind of saw this like beautiful chemistry. It could even have been, so we're going to take this a little bit of a step further. This could even be like a trauma bond situation. Your traumas perfectly fit into one another. Okay. It's very strange the way what psychologically happens to us as we grow up in certain circumstances, and the things that basically feel comfortable and feel like home to us. So it could be that this individual was, representing something that maybe you were masking or not dealing with. And so by meeting them and dealing with them and whatever has happened here has really brought out this trauma for you. So that way you could look at it, examine it, and ultimately heal this energy. We have the Troll. Yeah, this person was an antagonist on your spiritual ascension healing journey for sure. So it's funny, we have the Goblin and the Troll. Those are both definitely in the shadow categories. So yeah, this individual, I feel, did something to really trigger something within you to really bring out something that you needed to look at and examine. Okay. But I just feel like this person was very much in their shadow. They were operating under the shadow. They were in a way running from their own fears, which are goblins to me. And then like their troll-like behavior. When someone acts like a troll, they really go around creating havoc in other people's lives. They say negative things to people, and it's because they feel so crappy about themselves. So they're trying to transfer that energy onto other people. And this person could have done that to you. But it's like, wait a second. Why would that have been a spark? Well, here it is, because this energy to me, it might be that there was something about this individual that reminded you of, and I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm not a therapist or anything, but let's just toy with this idea. Maybe it reminded you on some crazy level of a parent that wasn't never there for you, that you always wanted to have that relationship. And so this individual represented somebody that was kind of on the outskirts of your life and just kind of really dangled the carrot in front of you, but never really fully satisfied you. So you may have thought that that was a spark. You may have thought like, wow, this is exactly what I'm looking for, right? But this individual is an antagonist in order to clear up that trauma wound or abandonment wound within you, right? That you don't have to prove yourself to anyone or chase someone in order to feel worthy, whole, and loved. So yeah, this individual in a way was a kindred spirit to you, but it was of the shadow. And at least that's how it was presented at the time. I always believe that things can shift and change and evolve. I don't think anything is just, screwed or damned forever. But I just feel like this is where it was at initially for the two of you guys. So it's like the trauma ignited and it felt like home. That's what I'm seeing here. That was the spark, the kindred spirit energy. Ooh, we have the Wild Witch, ruthless and savage. So let me tell you something. This is probably what this antagonized and taunted you to the point where you finally became the savage, ruthless, wild witch, which was just like, you've got to be kidding me, right? So this individual could have hurt you so much or antagonized you so much that it brought out your angry side. It brought out your rage. It brought out maybe some crazy behavior on your end because you were simply reacting, right? Maybe you're not proud of certain things that you said or did, but this person definitely brought it out in you. Last one, we have Mystic Waters, Serenity and Tranquility. I really like this because we do have the butterflies there, and this just means that we are supposed to really transmute this very shadowy, crazy, ruthless, losing our shit energy, and to calm it down with that, eventually enter into the tranquil waters of this mystic water, which is to let this person go and let this flow, let flow whatever needs to flow. So this is about feeling the anger. It does have its place. If we don't get angry, then we're never going to know that something is not right. If we just don't ever feel any pain, we're not gonna know when we need to, that there's an alarm going off, that maybe there's something we need to pay attention to. So the darkness and the pain of life is absolutely necessary in order for us to grow and heal. So I just feel like there was something that needed to flow, something that needed to heal here, and this individual was the perfect person. So I do see that the spark between the two of you and the connection was quite intense, right? But it could be that trauma bond that initially brought the two of you together because it was there to help you to heal in some significant way. So now let's go into my Lurking in the Shadows Tarot. Let's get a few more details here. What else was the initial spark in chemistry with this person? Ooh, we have the 10 of Cups, attainment. I feel for some of you guys, you felt like you hit the jackpot with this person at first. It may have turned into a nightmare later on. The 10 of Swords is, to me, the 10 of Cups is a family card, family tribe, almost like soulmate. I'm kind of getting like this karmic soulmate vibe here for this connection. And that's one of the reasons why you may not have wrote it off completely as just, somebody that it was a little bit more difficult to let go of. I do believe that there are certain soul family members when we come into this life like a soul group, we're going to have some pretty difficult lessons with these people, and we are going to initially trigger each other or even hurt each other, and that is to bring forth certain emotions so we can look at them, examine them, and heal them. So I do feel like there's a family connection here. That's why you feel like home with this person. There is some sort of shared trauma here. That's why the traditional witch, it's like you guys share something. There's a similar upbringing. So you two coming together at this particular time really, I feel was meant to help each other to grow. And it may be that you were the victim here, as in you're learning through the victim, side of life. This person may be the villain and they're learning from they're looking through the lens of the villain side. So there might be also, which is why we're doing this reading today, some sort of karma that they're going to learn. So this person may have chosen to learn from the karma, and you're learning to choose from the trauma that was created in this situation. So you guys are just both learning in a different way is what I'm seeing here. Some of you guys could even have a child with this person, for sure. But I feel like this was the death of a dream. First of all, this is Scorpio's energy, execution, like done. So this connection was not meant to last forever, at least at this time. Could pick back up later too. You never know. But I just feel like it was not meant to go the full distance. You may have gotten there. You may have come together with this person only to experience some sort of commitment, family, children, something. That's not going to be the case for everyone. But I just feel like you were meant to feel absolute joy and then devastation, like an extreme high and an extreme low. But death, of course, is transformation. It's the death of something so we can experience that rebirthing. So that's really the painful energy of Scorpio is here, and it's very much life-changing for you. It feels like a death. And we have the Count of Fangs. Ooh, this right here is the Knight of Swords, and that's Gemini's energy, sharpshooter. I feel like somebody definitely was very sharp with their tongue. They said a lot of things that, maybe they meant. You may have said a lot of things that you either didn't mean, or maybe you did mean, but whatever it is, somebody is intentionally doing things like a antagonist in order to hurt you. So I definitely feel like the shadow aspect of this person was really operating at the time that you were dealing with them. But again, why would this be the spark in chemistry that drew you and this person together? I feel like this may have been one of the only people in your life that could shoot this straight right into your heart like this arrow and get this kind of reaction to get you to really look at some kind of a wound. We have the Queen of Fangs. So what does this do? It puts you into the Queen of Swords energy. This right here is Libra's energy. I feel like there's something about the scales, though, balancing out something within you. Some of you guys may have allowed this person. Maybe you're struggling with it still today, or maybe this is just, it was a struggle for you for a while where you became the Queen of Swords. You became like, I'm never going to love anyone ever again. I'm never going to trust anyone ever again, giving all of your power over to this person. You make this choice to basically become like, to enter into the steel heart stage where you're not going to feel anything ever again. You're going to put your boundaries up forever and you're never going to let them down. So that's the shadow aspect of the Queen of Swords. She's not balanced. She's imbalanced, okay? Because she's now too afraid to ever trust. She doesn't trust herself. So she just hardens everything over and, you know, is maybe even like just a sharp with her tongue or even cruel and mean towards everyone because she doesn't want to ever be vulnerable again. So I feel like there's a learning curve for the viewer, which is you, to balance out this energy. You can definitely take the lessons, but don't let this individual and this experience ruin you for all the rest of your life and all other future encounters. Don't do it. But it has the potential to do it. Yep, we have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords, of course, is one of those covert cards. Somebody goes behind your back. Somebody deliberately lies. So I do feel I feel that you guys, I'm not making excuses for this person. This person knew what the hell they were doing. They did something, they knew it was wrong, and they did it anyways. They may have looked at into your eyes and basically said, oh no, I'm not doing that, and then turned around and did it. That's the kind of person that you were dealing with, okay? Now, whether they've changed or not, we have no idea. But that's why we're watching this reading today. We want to know, the person that broke your heart, messed with you, have they gotten their karma? What's their karma? How have they learned from this crappy behavior that they displayed? But the Seven of Swords is somebody who's running around lying and hiding. But see, they're also hiding from their own shadow. They're masking their own shadow. So if they're not going to embrace it, they're going to just spew nothing but ugly chunks all over you and everyone else just in the world and the trail that they leave behind. So what drew you to this person? It may be some dysfunction in you that was attracted to a person like this, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. So the initial spark, I feel, was kind of a undercover masked trauma is what I'm seeing here. But we labeled it as, oh my God, this person is my dream come true. It looked that way, but underneath was something pretty dark, okay? All right, now we're going to look at the energy of the red flag. So what shady behaviors did your person start displaying that caused concern for this connection? Let's look at this energy. All right. What behaviors did this person start to display that started to cause concern for this connection? Okay, it says time passing and still no commitment. So it may be, you guys, that, you know, this is going to be different for everybody, the time that you spent with this person. But as time passed, it kind of seemed like maybe you guys were not progressing into a serious commitment. Maybe you wanted to be committed, like maybe somebody was dating other people and you were kind of hoping that that would kind of change, that they would choose you. It may be that they were in another relationship and they didn't know how to get out of that relationship or just whatever. We're giving excuses, and then as time passed, they still were not, you know, they still were not keeping up with their promise that one day they were going to leave that individual. It could just also be that as time passed, it was just like you just weren't really progressing or growing. They still hadn't introduced you to their family or their friends, or it just didn't really seem like they were making a commitment for or towards you. So that could have been a red flag right there, kind of like, ugh, something's just not working. Something is not right. I'm not happy. This isn't going in the direction I really wanted it to. A messy situation. We have what does that say? Smashed pumpkin, I think. Yeah, a messy situation. So it could have been that it turned into a real mess. Maybe you even you wanted to talk to this person and say, hey, I was thinking we'd do this and do that. And this individual could have just deflected, gaslit you, and it just kind of became messy and you just didn't really feel good about it. So maybe just as time passed, you learned to just not even talk about this or even voice your needs, which is totally crappy. It's crappy for you to have to just kind of sit with that. So let's see what else. We have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands, you guys, is a card of foundation and commitment. I feel like that's something that you really wanted. It could even be that this individual did commit to you, but it does say no commitment, but did commit to you. Maybe you even moved in together and it just turned to crap really fast. We do know that the Seven of Swords is here, so this individual may have been living a double life and it was just a, crap show of a situation is what I'm seeing with that. So let's go ahead and get more. What else? What are the red flags for here? What are the shady behaviors? Okay, so you both got bored. So it could be that since time passed, it's like you were getting tired of waiting around. You were getting tired of nothing really changing. And your person was just kind of like not really putting a lot of effort and time into anything, as far as planning things for the future or whatever. Yeah, we have avoiding. And it could be that you guys were with somebody who was an avoidant. So these particular love styles, so that the avoidant attachment person versus like the anxious attachment person. So when you put these two people together, it's a total mess, because everything that this person runs from, it's what you want to chase. Okay, so remember that trauma bond that I was talking about, trauma attachment, could be something that really highlighted the two of you even being in this connection in the first place. But I just feel like someone was really avoiding either the talk about commitment or taking things further, and you just maybe got tired of this, tired of hearing the excuses. Yeah, we have the devil. So the devil, of course, is some sort of a dysfunction, a toxic behavior, basically. Yeah, somebody is trying to avoid their own crap. And I do feel like it was probably your person. Not that I'm trying to put all the blame on them. If you had your own dysfunction that drew you to this individual, you had your own crap to work on too. But I just feel like maybe you guys were looking to the other in order to just like avoid something within yourself or fill something up, and eventually it just kind of burned itself out. So that's what we have so far. Let's go ahead and get another. Okay, so we have only in it for personal gains. So it could be that somebody was basically just in it for what they were going to get from it, and then when they just kind of it burned itself out, then they just found themselves losing interest. So this could have been a real hot hot and steamy at first, and then lost its steam rather quickly. I don't know why I'm pulling another one of these cards. We have fun moments that lead to ghosting afterwards. Yeah, maybe it's just to reiterate that message, which is it was really hot, and then it was like it got cold really fast. So this could have been a short-lived connection for sure. We have bad apple, wrong decisions. Okay, you know that saying, they were just a bad apple. Yeah, I kind of feel like when it came to picking off of this apple tree, you did pull a bad apple. And that bad apple, it was just somebody that was just going to either play games with you. They were just in it for just the minute. Maybe once they want it, then they no longer wanted it, sort of thing. But devil energy is definitely a toxic person that has a lot of issues that they need to work through. And so when you come together with somebody where maybe you both have toxic traits, it's unfortunately going to lead to more dysfunction. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles, of course, is let's plant a seed. Let's move forward here. Let's grow. And I just feel like there was a lack of growth. When you have a bad apple, those seeds in that apple, they're all rotted out. It's like it's not going to be able to bear any fresh, good fruit. So I just feel like the seeds were just not even potent or fresh to be able to really move forward in the situation. So it was kind of like when it stopped being fun, then someone was out the door, unfortunately. So, and that is someone's way of coping with just either the decisions that they make, right? Like, ooh, I made a decision. I don't really care for it. So I'm just going to run away from it. I'm going to avoid it altogether. I started this, I created a shit show, but now I don't want to deal with the aftermath. So I'm out. That's what I'm kind of getting for your person. They may have just left you holding the bag. And that might be one of the reasons why you turned into that, that witch, which was very much in that rageful, ruthless energy. Okay, so that was shady behaviors that could have caused some sort of issues or concerns for your connection. Now we're going to go into the laws of karma, which is what started happening to them after the two of you parted ways. Okay, what started happening to this person once you guys parted ways? We have false person, devious liar, ghosted, criminal behavior. Okay, so first of all, this person is the Jack of Spades in shadow energy. So this individual is just false to begin with. So when they go off into the world, they're going to do this to other people, you guys. They've lied to other people. They ghosted other people. Criminal behavior is somebody that tries to get away with something. We had the Seven of Swords show up in this reading, suggesting that someone is in that covert energy. Okay, let's see what else. We have prepare for battle, underworld. So when you're in this energy of the shadow, like you're in kind of operating in the underworld, that's what I'm seeing. And we have prepare for battle. I feel like this individual brought themselves into a new situation, and that person or situation gave them a run for their money. It may be that they had a battle with somebody. They met their match, somebody that was going to put them in their place, somebody they couldn't pull the wool over their eyes. So I feel like this is where the karma starts to begin for them. It has something to do with just the outer world. People, a situation with the Three of Cups. It's like either another third party lover's triangle situation that they involve themselves in, seeing someone else and then seeing another person in the midst of that. But there's definitely someone who's having a good time, but it's very selfish. And it's one-sided and nobody's having a good time but this person. And I do feel like it eventually caught up with them. I absolutely do. And it caused other people to look at this person and go, you know what? That person's a liar. Let's stay away from this person. I feel like they got a bad reputation. So this is something that happened to them after you guys parted ways. They just went on to screw up somebody else over. So their karma hasn't ended with you guys. I feel like they created more karma. I really do. Four of Spades, we have exhaustion, recuperation, beating a dead horse, and acceptance is key. It's like, at what point are you going to accept that you're the common denominator, that you're the problem? It's not everyone else. And I feel like this person kind of exhausted themselves playing the field, screwing around over, like partying, just going crazy. Yeah, it got old. They burned themselves out. It wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Oh God, you guys, a ruthless person. Yeah. I definitely don't feel the greatest about this individual. Like I said, I'm not saying that they're evil or that they can't ever change, but I'm definitely not getting a lot of positive vibes for this person, especially with who they were in the past and who they were after they may have either discarded you or ghosted you or walked away or whatever. I almost feel like people became scared of this person. And they exhausted the people around them by basically using them or going back and forth. Somebody got exhausted and they're just like, it's almost like a narcissist with supply that keeps going back and rounds and doing rounds with exes and people that they were, just kind of kept around. People got exhausted with this and they started looking like a real pile, if you know what I'm saying. We have the King of Blood. The King of Blood is the King of Cups, soulful. This is someone that comes across like they're, a decent person, they're deep and, they got soul, but at the heart of it, this person in a way is like soulless is actually what I'm seeing here. So people saw through this individual and I do feel like maybe they met their match in somebody that put them in their place and said, no way, you're not going to play with me. And we have the Jack of Clubs, which says somebody who's reckless, down and out, burden, and taxing. So this behavior did become very burdensome to them. And I feel like it also was very taxing on them in the end. So they could only play for so long until they just got burnt out, basically. So I don't feel like they had a lot of fun for too long. Under someone's spell, Dracula. This to me is that King of Cups. This is somebody who is able to like act like they're really deep and they're really beautiful on the outside, and you can be very drawn in by this Dracula. Like you feel like you're under their spell. But the thing is, I feel like they were really reckless with somebody that they dealt with, or somebody that they tried to kind of, you know, trick and act like they were somebody that they weren't. And I do feel like it caught up with them, actually. Oh my God, you guys, that's karma. I told you there's karma right after you. So I feel like this reading after this point is really going to go into the karma that they experienced directly related to you. But I have to tell you, right after you, they probably went in and messed around with a couple of other people, and they did get some sort of karmic consequences from those people too. So this person, man, they really are, I feel like, a jack of all trades. They're really full of themselves, or at least were at that time. They may have had looks intact and everything. Who knows? Maybe they've lost it since then, but we're going to find out. So anyways, if you guys would like to explore this further with me, I'm going to take this over into the extended. We're going to go over 4 different topics over there. I'll tell you what they are. Karma's a bitch, and we're going to be using my new deck. What negative repercussions impacted this person's life the most when it comes to you? And then guilty as sin, what caused them to think back and regret the decisions they made with you? And then point of view, what does your person assume you think and feel about them today? And confessional, what does their higher self want to express to you from their heart and soul? So anyways, you guys, if you want to join me over there, I'll put the link down below where you guys can access that video. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's reading. Take care. Bye-bye.